Now, well, I'll get this thing. All right, here with my good brother, our good brother, historian, documentarian, artist, Brooklynite, survivor. You know, we fuck with the survivors here. It's all about survival here. It's all about survival.
Facts.
You heard? Let me turn this background off. What's good, bro?
What's good, my G's? How you doing?
Ain't nothing, man. I appreciate you for chopping it up with me, man. I ain't gonna take much of your time, man. I just, you know, like what you're doing. I love what you're doing. I feel cheated because my man put me on every time I mention you. Niggas is like, don't stop fucks with Laz. I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody fucks with Laz. I'm like the last nigga. Like, what the fuck is going on? So I appreciate you, bro. I think everybody's safe to say a lot of us appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, my bro, for watching. You heard?
Indeed, man. Let's I wanted to get a couple of questions off. I only do interviews. I have conversations, you know what I'm saying, amongst men, but I'm gonna get a couple of questions off just so that people, you know what I'm saying, might get to know you a little better, man. All right. So I'm gonna start with, you fuck with blunts or paper?
I had to stop fucking with the bloods, bro. I'm messing strictly with raw paper right now. I had to get off the blunts. I had to get off the grabber, all of that, man, because once I start fucking with that tobacco, man, it's like I smoke 3 times more than what I normally smoke. So I had to fall back from that shit, man. You know, and it took a minute because I still was having urges for that tobacco, but them shits just stopped like 2 weeks ago. It took me like 2 months to get that shit out of my system.
Yeah,
for the 3rd or 4th time.
You fuck with the bogey? You smoke with cigarettes?
Nah, I used to smoke cigarettes, but I don't fuck around no more at all, man.
Yeah, that's a rough journey, man. That's a rough journey with them cigarettes and tobacco in general. I still fuck with the fronto a little bit though, so I feel the struggle, bro. I feel the struggle.
Yeah, I was fucking with that fronto too. I stopped smoking cigarettes because I was in Central Bookings one time and I seen a regular nigga like me ask for a bust down from a straight OD, not saying nothing wrong with a homeless nigga, but I'm just saying this nigga was disgusting. You feel what I'm saying? And the nigga was wanted a cigarette so bad, he was like, yo, I get a bust down. I said, I'm good with them shits, bro.
Yeah, nah, if it get to that point,
I don't need a habit that's gonna have me as a word up.
Nah. Yo,
but yeah.
What was it like growing up in the Ville, man? A lot of people have like their own thoughts in the Ville from the outside in, man. I understand what the Ville is and you know what it's like, but describe to the people what it was like growing up in the Ville as a kid.
Well, you know, when you growing up in Brownsville, you don't really notice that shit till you get out of it. When you get out the hood, you be like, damn, like my man Darius said, he'd be like, come back to the hood, be like, damn, I used to live in this motherfucker. Like, you feel what I'm saying? When you grow up and you live out there, that shit is just regular, normal life. But then when you go live somewhere else, you be like, oh shit, niggas don't be getting shot and murdered out here on a regular basis like that. Damn, I did grow up in some crazy shit. So it's like, you know, that shit was real regular, man. I mean, like, when I was a teenager and shit, you know, I started trying to be in the streets and carry guns and all of that crazy shit that teenagers be trying to do in the Ville. But for the most part, like, you know, I had a good childhood. Like, I mean, niggas had some fun in the Ville. I mean, niggas played some sports and had some fun, and I mean, and we traveled around to different neighborhoods and shit like that. We did some things, but once a nigga hit 14, 15 and all of that, like, I was starting to try to run around with guns and follow behind the wrong motherfuckers. You feel me?
Like what type of people you looked up to? You say you started trying to run around. Like what type of individuals? Because there's a lot of different individuals in the Ville. So what type of individuals you think you gravitated to?
I mean, you mean specific niggas or the type of niggas?
Not specific niggas. Like what was? Because at them times, you know what I'm saying, I assume we were around the same age. Like, what was the big homie like at them times?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was my cousin. See, you know, you got generations of this shit. But when I tried to step off the porch, you feel me? You had my cousin Slave, you had my nigga Gio, you had my nigga Nils, Now, I mean, niggas like Mo was already in the pen. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Son was already in the pen by the time I stepped off the porch. You understand what I'm saying? But it was just like, bro, you know what I mean? Like my cousin was a light-skinned, tall, lanky nigga like me. You feel what I'm saying? So I looked up to that nigga the most. But niggas like my nigga Gio, rest in peace. Like that was my fucking nigga. Like that was the first nigga that, you know, tried to give me a gun for my own, for me to keep, not just holding niggas guns like, yo, here, son, this for you. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
it was a lot of different niggas I looked up to. And you know, now that I'm older, I realized them niggas was young, just them niggas was young like me.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, they only had me by 2 or 3 years, but you know, I grew up around niggas like Boo Bear, like seeing niggas like Boo Bear and TB, and you understand what I'm saying? All these legendary Brownsville niggas that was out there getting money and doing all type of crazy shit. Niggas was living in my building and shit. You feel me? So I was witnessing a lot of shit. I seen niggas with a lot of trunk jewelry. I seen niggas with, that was the flyest motherfuckers in the world with the garments. You feel me? So I was influenced by all of that shit. When my nigga Gio had the bikes and the beam, you feel what I'm saying? Like he was the first young nigga in my age bracket that, you know, popped out with bikes and beams and big stupid chains, 4 fingers and wild shit like that. So, you know, I was open off all of that shit, my bro.
So the Ville was pretty, you talk about your experience from like Howard, so to speak, right? But was the Ville consistent across the board, would you say? Like Van Dyke, Seth Lowe, Tilden, like, was it, you think it was the same experience?
Yeah. When I was a kid, I hung out everywhere in the Ville, bro. I hung out in Brownsville houses. I hung out in Marcus Garvey Village. You understand what I'm saying? I hung out in LH. I went to school. I went to 298. I went to 275. So everybody I knew was from the Ville. You understand what I'm saying? So, know what I mean? My nigga Chicken, rest in peace. We used to be going to Gowanus after school. Like, we was all over the place in Brooklyn. We wasn't just in the Ville either. We was all over the place. But I used to be in the whole Ville. Like nowadays, that shit ain't really like that. Like where you with projects be associating with different projects so much. It wasn't like that. I mean, it's not like that now too much. But when I was a young nigga, I used to be in all the projects in Brownsville. Like, you feel me? Some more than others, but I was all around that shit. And I seen, and you know, I had my eye on and was hearing legendary stories about niggas from every projects. And I was in school. I went to school with legendary niggas that, you know, a lot of niggas ain't here no more and shit like that. But I went to 275 and 298 with all type of legendary niggas. Know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, bro.
One thing I'll be thinking about, like a lot of people probably think about, like Brownsville wasn't really known for like shorties, let's say, per se. Describe a Brownsville shorty. I don't know if it's gonna help or hurt them, but
yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. It may be nothing on this earth more realer than a chick from Brownsville, my nigga. Like, you know what I mean? No matter where I go from, like all my wives, like all my wives that I've had, most of them been from Brooklyn. You understand what I'm saying? A couple of them was from the Ville, but Brownsville chicks, my nigga, you know, they grow up like it's different in the Ville. Like if your chick a hoe in the Ville, you might get killed for some shit like that. If you wifing a chick that's a whore, niggas might murder you because you the type of nigga that wife a whore. You feel what I'm saying? So the rules is different when it comes to a real Brownsville chick. She ain't gonna be doing no sleazy shit. Like I'm talking about good broads that just happen to come from the Ville. She ain't gonna be doing no sleazy shit, no greasy shit, none of that shit, because she knows that shit means life or death in the Ville. Nigga feel he could fuck your bitch, he could kill you too and rob you. You understand what I'm saying? So any chick I have from Brooklyn, like my ex broads that was from the Ville and from shit, like they know what time it is, my nigga. If you my broad, I don't want to hear you talking to nobody, with chit-chatting online, none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is real deal shit out here. Like, you feel me? So I'm like that to this day. No matter where a chick from, because I grew up in the Ville, when I'm with a chick, that shit is serious. Like, if I catch you, I mean, flirting with a nigga, talking to a nigga, anything that I don't like, my nigga, I just clip that bitch off, because you're not gonna be the bitch that makes niggas label me pussy. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you a snake, I'm gonna cut you out like cancer immediately. You feel what I'm saying? So Yeah, but Brownsville chicks, my nigga, some of them is the most trooper chicks. Do 10 years with you up north and don't miss a visit type of motherfuckers. You feel me?
Right. Wow, that means like that explains a lot though. That's why you really can't be pulling up on different projects. And I'm from Flatbush, you know what I'm saying? Spent a lot of time in the 90s and shit, but you really can't pull up on different projects fucking with dudes, girls, and all that. So that explains a lot why. What about parties though? So in a situation with parties like Brownsville, parties, it depends. It could go either way. How was your party experience in the Ville?
If you go to a party in the Ville, my nigga, you have a fucking death wish. Like if a nigga says, yo, I'm going to Brownsville to go to this party, a nigga has a death wish. See, me, my nigga, I'm a type of nigga, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm too paranoid for that shit. I'm too paranoid to be in a party in Brownsville, just relaxed and shit like that. I'm good, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? First of all, 9 times out of 10, that shit is under surveillance. And this motherfuckers there taking pictures and information of the niggas that's there. You feel what I'm saying? Because niggas be into things. And then aside from that, like everybody got a hammer. Like, you know how that shit be, my nigga. Back in the days, we had little house parties and shit like that. Even when I was a young nigga, I wasn't the nigga that was too thrilled about being in a party, a tight project apartment with motherfucking 100 niggas with hammers. You feel what I'm saying? That always rang a bell. That always was a red flag to me. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
But some niggas go out there.
Nah, I never been to no party in Brownsville. A lot of parties in the 90s. 90s is technically Brownsville, but kind of got like the East Flatbush vibe. So it's a little different. But
in the 90s too. If you go to a party in the 90s, you trying to die. You try to die too if you go to a party in the 90s. Period. If a nigga go to a party in the 90s, my nigga, and you not from out there, you trying to die, my nigga.
Yeah, nah, if you're not from out there, yeah, definitely. I feel you on that. Let me get this customary. I ask, wherever somebody's from, different situations. Let me get a Brownsville story from you. It could be funny. It could be serious. It could be random. It could be.
Bruh, I got a million stories, my nigga, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. Them shits will be a half hour on this motherfucker. You feel me? So later on, I might could cook something up, and then later on, I give you a story that's exclusively with something.
Before you leave, if we could get a last story in general for whatever pops into your brain, you know what I'm saying? We'd be forever grateful, bro. What about trees back in the days, like in the Ville? Did y'all go to like the bush to get trees, East New York to get trees, or would you say? You know what I'm saying? It was some good trees on y'all side. We always had some live weed on our side of the bush.
Y'all niggas always had some good weed. Bushwick always had some good weed. But we had a couple of good weed spots though. Like, you know what I mean? We had a couple of good weed spots in the Ville and East New York that was hitting. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but around my way, we had a couple of weed spots that was very popular. And basically niggas just had to go up the hill a couple of blocks and snatch that. You feel me? And they was known for that, having that fire. So I used to be in my projects. I see niggas all the way from LH, Tilden, Van Dyke. I see them niggas walking past my projects to go to that weed spot. I ain't gonna say no names and shit of the weed spot, but
yeah, definitely.
Motherfucking, yeah, but we had that fire on our side for a hot minute though.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So niggas from the Ville was coming all the way over by Howard to cop them bags. They know what time it is.
Yeah, I know on our side, shit used to shut down early in the bush a lot of times, people shit like that, but official spots back in the day, we used to have to make flexes across town a lot of times, different spots, or during the 90s and shit like that. But fast forward a little bit, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about like just moving through the streets and stuff. I know you always talk about, your first times going through the island. You was young, man. It sounded like you was like 16, like, like a lot of us, but it sounded like you had a different experience, maybe with the time or whatever you was dealing with at the time. What's your mind frame? Like, put me in the mind frame of somebody so young, just the first time going into the system at that time. This was the time when the island was, not saying it's not like that now, but, I was there them times, so I can attest to that. What's the mind for? I wasn't 16.
Yeah, see, when I went Yeah, when I went through the island for my first time, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't really in the streets like that. See, a lot of niggas my age, they had already been in the streets, niggas shooting, busting guns, selling, doing all type of wild shit. Me, I basically got locked up like 10 minutes after I stepped off the porch. Like soon as I came out the house and started running around with little Tex and Max and thinking I was tough and chasing a few niggas and jumping a few niggas and having a few fights, like within months, my nigga, I had a murder charge and I was on Rikers Island facing the rest of my life in the pen. So, and it was an accidental shooting that I'm gonna get into the whole story of my case and everything. You feel me? And I'm about to do the documentary on my life and just get into the whole everything of my whole story. But it's like I was fucked up. So, a lot of niggas came through the island. Yeah, nigga, I'm out here robbing niggas. I just got caught. I came through on some like, yo, this some tragic shit that happened. Nobody believes that this shit was an accident. You understand what I'm saying? Niggas charging me with murder. I gotta prove to niggas this shit was an accident. So I went through a whole different type of turmoil. You understand what I'm saying? And it took me months to just, shake off my case to even concentrate on jail. You feel me? Like I was thinking about my case. You feel me? I'm facing 25 to life for some shit that I ain't do. You understand what I'm saying? So I was fucking sick to my stomach. Nobody would believe that the shit was an accident. Niggas ain't want to drop my charges. I had a murder in the second degree. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I ain't give a fuck about no jail. Like, other niggas was in there for shit they did and they got caught and they knew. Me, I was there for some shit I ain't fucking real. I felt I ain't do. You feel what I'm saying? So my mind was fucked up. After about 4 months, 3 months, not even that. Like after about 2.5 months, I started being able to shake my case off a little bit. And then I guess I got institutionalized, my nigga, because that's what they do to you. You start not even giving a fuck about your case. You just care about your life on Rikers Island. You feel what I'm saying? So I started just giving a fuck about my life on Rikers Island. Like, I mean, like if I beat my case, I beat it. I don't know. Like I was too young to understand the severity of the whole situation. You feel me? Like I didn't realize till now that I'm a grown man, I'll be like, yo, I could have fucking lost my life to the penitentiary, to the system. You understand what I'm saying? Like I could still be in the pen right now because when you got that L, niggas don't gotta let you go, my nigga. Like that shit is taught when niggas be like, oh, I'm gonna do 25. Nah, nigga, you might do 40 before them niggas let you go. And gotta fight or go through all type of legalities to make them let you go. You understand what I'm saying? So, nigga, a victim of the family, a family of the victim, write a motherfucking note to the parole board. It's a wrap, nigga. You getting hit. You understand what I'm saying? So, shit crazy. But like I said, I almost lost my life to that penitentiary. So, that Rikers Island shit when I first came through, that shit was, I was sad and depressed and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? And then I had to snap out of that shit. You know what I mean? Then by the second time I came back when I was 17, like I just had the swing of things, kind of.
What was that? You know what I mean? Like my joint is always about survival and fighting and hand-to-hand combat, martial arts. People always laugh at me because I'm always on the survival shit. But what was that moment where you like what happened with that survival that clicked in? That was like, yo, what was that? Like, what was it? Was it something mental? Was it just like fucking? Did you just?
Nah, it was a time where nigga, I spoke about it before, but it was a time when a nigga swung on me over some shit and I knocked his ass out. You feel me? And once I knocked the nigga out, like he tried to swing, I just dipped it two-piece, them bing bong, nigga just was out. Like I knocked him out, I knocked him down first, and then I completely knocked the nigga out while the police was holding him, like while the female police holding him. And it's like I said, I spoke about it before. I don't glorify the shit, all of that. But once I knocked that nigga out, I kind of woke up. Like, I was like, the fuck? I said, I knock any one of these niggas out like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, fuck these niggas. You feel me? And I wasn't courageous right after that, but niggas had robbed me and all of that when I first came through. Like niggas ran down on me with the picks and the razors and all of that. Robbed me for my pumps and my Calvin Klein shit. You feel what I'm saying? So once I knocked that nigga out, I started saying like, what? Niggas robbed me. I went and I took my shit back. Like whoever had my shit was scattered around the dorm. Whatever was in there, I took my shit back. And when niggas said something, I was like, yo, niggas want to go to the back and scrap out. We could go to the back and scrap out, but I'm taking my shit back. Niggas just fell back. You feel what I'm saying? And then, you know, a lot of the niggas who robbed me too, them niggas was my fucking mans, niggas who I grew to love. You feel what I'm saying? Because jail is a strange place like that. You feel me?
Strange,
So
bro.
niggas who threw an ice pick at me as soon as I came through the door, niggas that I was crying when they went home and shit. Like, you feel me? When they went to up north, I was shedding tears and hugging niggas and shit. So, you know, jail is crazy like that.
It's definitely a strange place. You see what's going on the island right now, man. It's crazy right now. I see it in the news and that people dying
Shit
from cold.
inhumane, my nigga. That shit inhumane, my
Yo,
nigga.
it been inhumane, but right now it's even like worse than I could ever even imagine. Like I'm seeing pictures of people in the holding pens, all type of shit, man.
Yeah, that shit terrible, bro. They gonna shut that shit down, my nigga. They gonna shut Rikers Island down. And when they do that, my animated series, when I come out with the Rikers Island animated series, that shit gonna go crazy. Cause they gonna shut that motherfucker down. And I'm gonna be paying motherfuckers. I'm gonna be paying niggas for stories, CEOs and all of that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like real talk, bro. Yeah, bro, that shit disgusting on that fucking island, my nigga. It's disgusting. That shit, something needs to be done. Something needs to be about the conditions of Rikers Island, my nigga. That shit horrible. Niggas shouldn't have to live like that.
But they close it down. What you think is the alternative? Let's say you the commissioner for right now, or the next 5 minutes. What would you do? What would be your plan? Shut it down and everybody go to Brooklyn House? What?
The plan that they got is they're gonna build all new borough jails, supposedly. So it'll be a new Brooklyn house, a new Queens house, a new Staten. Like they're gonna build new city jails that's just for people from the borough, and it will be no Rikers Island. Niggas will just be in like a Brooklyn house or something like that. You feel me? And of course, them buildings will eventually get wild and violent also. But it's something about Rikers Island when you in the middle of that water, it makes niggas more violent. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you put niggas on the strand, niggas are stranded, my nigga. When you put niggas on a stranded island, that shit just make you say, I don't give a fuck about nothing. You understand what I'm saying? When you in your own town, borough, and you like, yo, I used to drive and walk past this block all the time. I know where I'm at. You feel different. But when you in that motherfucking island, my nigga, and you look out the windows and you don't see nothing but crates and motherfucking trucks and water, you be like, nah, nigga, I don't give a fuck about nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that shit is cursed, my nigga. Rikers Island is a terrible place. So a lot of niggas lost their lives on that shit. A lot of niggas' lives changed on that shit forever. So that shit is like, the spirituality on that shit is crazy, my nigga.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, 100%. Like when it comes to the violence and stuff on the island, how much of it do you think is to blame on like the administration and the COs? Like, I remember it was a time when they was giving out raises. I know they'd be really involved in the politics. Like, how much you think is responsible on them, falls on them, especially in C-74 where it's like adolescence, man.
You know, C-74, that shit was like a contest on like who house was the wildest. So, you know, COs got, you know, sadly, COs suffer from the jail shit too. Like if you working, niggas be working 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, doubles, triples. Niggas be sleeping in the fucking CO gym and coming and just taking a shower and coming right back to work. Like a lot of them niggas, my nigga, they get so consumed with that job that you like a fucking inmate yourself. Like you see this nigga every fucking day. Like you know what I'm saying? This nigga's here every day, my nigga. There's no way you could be inside. You are not normal. You do not think normally if you're a CO, bro. If you've been on that job for a certain amount of years, I don't care who you are. You could have came into that job the nicest person in the world. You work on Rikers Island for 3-4 years, my nigga. That shit is gonna desensitize you to human beings. You're not gonna give a fuck about nigga could die in front of you. You be like, I don't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? Because you see this shit all day, every day, and as the faces change and the situations stay the same. So even them COs get sucked in to the savage lifestyle of Rikers Island, my nigga.
Yeah,
that shit is a cult life. Is a cult. You gotta be like, you guys like a secret society, my nigga. Like you gotta be crazy to have that job. You feel me? To come to fucking work. Them niggas,
every day. You going to jail every day. You going to jail every day for 25 years, for 30 years, however long, whatever their retirement stuff is going on with them. But yeah, I always say that to myself, man. Like, damn, they go to jail every day voluntarily, just walk into the dorm, got to sit here every day and do the bit. Not all day, but like you said, 16 hours is still a lot, yo.
That shit is depressing. And if you a police, if you a CO that you actually work a block, because they get more money. Like some COs, they, you know, they the sign in at the desk CO nigga or whatever when you come visit somebody. But then you got the COs that actually work in a block, in a housing unit. They get paid more money. Them niggas don't witness so much violence and inhumane shit. They're fucked up, my nigga. They need therapy. But in C-74, it was like a contest. Like, I bet you my niggas in Mod 8 will fuck your niggas in Mod 7 up or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? So it got to a point where that shit was like a contest, bro. I promise you, if I ever get the blessing to do my movie, Rikers Island better be closed. Because when I do my movie, bro, that shit is gonna expose what we went through as adolescents in that on that fucking island, my nigga. Come on, son. Niggas had us wearing Newport
when you
sweats.
said that shit about the cigarettes, man, y'all had to like really sit back. Like, I never really even thought about it. Like, yo, dudes is really smoking cigarettes. You're not even supposed to be smoking cigarettes. And that shit is so regular in my mind, though. It's just like, you said that with the hoodies and all that. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I forgot, like, that was just regular. It was.
We all got our smoking habits from that shit. Like, real talk, bro. Like, niggas got their smoking habits from Rikers Island. Even the niggas who in the streets, they was influenced by niggas coming home from the island.
That's a fact. Oh, definitely.
Nigga got a pack of New Yorkers. Nigga like this with a pack of New Yorkers, 15, 16. Like, yo, you want one, son? Like, niggas spreading that culture. Like, niggas got lung cancer from the motherfuckers, nigga.
Yeah, nah, it's definitely, that place will definitely suck you in. But then after that, you know, usually we go up top. I know people usually go to downstairs. I forgot the other reception spot. What's the temperature like in downstairs? Is it like Rikers Island where it's just turned up, or is it a little more? Does it turn down a little bit?
Yeah, nah, if niggas, you know, it's always niggas there, a bunch of niggas there going up north for their first time. So when you're going up north for the first time, you kind of be like, you watching and learning. And then, like I said, that whole process of niggas cutting your hair off and cutting your facial hair off and hitting you with the lie and putting you in them state greens and you looking like the next 87 niggas that's next to you, that shit is psychologically damaging. You feel me? So niggas be like quiet, like even the most murderous niggas, sometimes them niggas just be like silent, just, you know, observing. But then you got other niggas, they've been through that shit 2-3 times, they turning up. Or if a nigga got 100 years, he just blew to 100 years, he in downstate looking for problems already. You feel me? Because he like, I'm going up top to do 100 years, my nigga. I'm not chilling at all. You feel me? So some niggas is in there, they just blew trial 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, they blew trial to 30, 40 years. So they going in, they in downstate ready to cut a nigga. When downstate, they giving you cans. Like when I was there, I don't know about now, but they used to sell like this fried rice in a can. Shit was delicious. And downstate, like some Chinese fried rice. Know what I mean? Niggas would get them shits, take the can top right off that shit and be ready to go. Know what I mean? It's like, what? They giving you cans? It's over.
It's over. Yeah, I know that went quick. Can that's crazy. Yeah, that's wow. So I heard you speak about the box in the past, man. I never really heard you speak about the loaf, man. You ever had experience with the loaf? I know my cousin, my brother, all them always talk about the loaf.
I heard about that shit, man. You know, that shit is inhumane shit. That loaf shit. That shit is inhumane shit, bro. But you know, they give you that loaf when you throwing motherfucking shit and doing all type of crazy next level shit with your food and your.
That's why they give you the loaf?
If I'm not mistaken, I don't know about it every single state, but I think they put you on the loaf when you throwing shit on niggas and piss on niggas. And you feel me? You flipping your tray over. Like, you know, they put the tray on niggas shit. Sometimes niggas be hitting that shit, flipping it to make a mess. They like, all right, you want to spill food? Here you go. Niggas hit you with the loaf. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, I ain't never trying to fuck with that shit, bro. I heard that shit is disgusting.
Yo, it's crazy you said that.
You feel me?
At least 3 of my homies told me about the loaf. Yeah, I thought everybody had the loaf using the box. And now you saying that, they definitely, you know, 3 wild cats and shit. So that's funny.
Now, if they just feed, now if you got boxes where they just automatically feeding you the loaf, now that's inhumane shit, bro.
Yeah, that's
I
what it
mean, it's
sounds like.
inhumane to have a nigga solitary confinement, but just, I mean, just regular box niggas that just came to the box, you automatically on the loaf. Nah, bro.
Wow.
I'm a start a protest in that motherfucker.
Yeah, that sound like some Guantanamo Bay type treatment. Word. What about if there was five unwritten laws like in pretty much in the penitentiary or jail system, what would they be? What would you say they would be?
I mean, you know, that may depend on, you know, what type of dude a dude is, because some dudes may not feel like certain things is taboo and certain things is. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But I don't know if I got five, but I know I definitely, me personally,
Give me
I don't
whatever.
fuck with I don't fuck with gambling. I don't fuck with gambling. I'm talking about me personally. I don't fuck with gambling. I don't fuck with gangs. Really? Like, I know niggas and fuck with niggas and got love for niggas from everywhere. But me personally, I don't really do the gang thing in jail. I don't do the gambling thing. I don't do the experimenting with drugs, because some niggas be experimenting with drugs on some, no, I'm locked up, so I'm gonna fuck with this, but I ain't going. And then nigga come home with a major habit, my nigga. I know one of my mans that died of an OD of heroin. He got a dope habit in Green, my nigga. He was an adolescent, fucking with niggas. Niggas gave that nigga some dope. He started sniffing that shit, and he came home, started shooting that shit, and died in my crib. You understand what I'm saying? That's a whole nother story I'm gonna tell.
Right,
But
right.
he got his fucking dope. He got that dope habit in Green. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a cardinal rule I don't fuck with. I don't experiment with no new drugs. You understand what I'm saying? I don't fuck with no motherfucking gambling. I don't fuck with no gangs. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, there's a few other things I don't fuck with at all, but you know, niggas could use their imagination.
I feel
You
you
feel
on
what I'm
that.
saying? But
Yo, you mentioned Green, man. I hear you in a couple of different stories talk about Green, and I always hear about Green Gladiator School and all that. And I always hear you talk about different sides, and it always sound like it was just like dudes running wild, like inmates ran into it. Was there any programs in Green? Was there anything constructive, or dudes was just all over the place?
man, nah, niggas, it was programs, man. You had some dudes like they go to programs and they really go there to learn and they ain't playing no games. You had, I mean, plumbing and electrical and floor covering and all of that shit. And you know, but when you young, dumb, and full of cum, you don't even be taking advantage of shit like that. You be like, nigga, I want to port a spot in the crib so I could be in the crib and watch MTV all day. You feel me? I got my GED as soon as I came to the penitentiary. Like, soon as I came, I had to take it twice. Like, I took my GED in Washington, and I damn near aced that motherfucker. And then I got it on, and I went to the box. Niggas jumped me and all of that shit. I went to the box, or niggas tried to jump me, and I went to the box, and I had to take the whole fucking test over. When I got to the next jail, I was pissed off, but I passed that shit. But the first time I was taking it, I would have aced that shit. You feel me? So after that, you know, they used to try. I was a young dude, so they used to always try to make me, yo, you want to be a teacher, you want to be an instructor, cause I scored high on the GED and the aptitude test and all of that shit. I said, nigga, I ain't gonna be no 17-year-old nigga teaching 35, 40-year-old niggas. They'll hate me. You understand what I'm saying?
For real.
So I had to take bullshit spots. You understand what I'm saying? But they used to always be like, yo, you should teach. We got people that can't read, can't write. I'll be like, yo, I can't do that, bro. I can't be there. But now I look back, I would have did that shit. If I could go back in time, I would have did it, bro.
Why? You've
You
been
feel what
more
I'm saying? Because I
constructive?
could have helped a lot of, yeah, I probably could have helped a lot of motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying? It might have been the opposite of what I thought. Niggas might have loved me. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas loved me anyway, but at the time I wasn't really feeling the teaching grown men shit. I was too young for that shit. You feel
Nah,
me? But
I
you
feel you
know,
on that.
I, I they had programs though, my nigga, in school. Some niggas was dead serious about their shit. They trying to get that GED. I know niggas that took the GED 4 or 5 times before they passed that shit, and they wouldn't give up. My man was one of them. That nigga wouldn't give up. My man from Flatbush, that nigga kept taking that shit. He passed. He was tight, but he wouldn't give up. He finally got that shit. You
Yeah,
feel what I'm
nah,
saying?
yeah, it's definitely not how you start, it's how you finish, man, for sure. What's one of the illest underdog moves? I fucks with underdogs, man. What's one of the illest underdog moves or underdog people you ever seen or came across in your joint, man? I know you had to see somebody go against maybe 5 niggas with one person, or I don't know, maybe I don't know, it was an underdog move where they played their card right and came out on top, man. You gotta dig deep again.
Man, I know some dudes, man. I'm gonna do an interview soon with one of my dudes, man. He was in a gang and he was a white dude. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of dudes wasn't really feeling him. You feel what I'm saying? And son had to get busy. You know what I mean? He had to get busy. And he did his thing. You feel me? Until niggas just had to respect whatever he was claiming, niggas had to respect it because he earned it. But
Right.
when niggas found out he was a white nigga, niggas was trying to, hate on that. You feel me? And son got busy. You feel me? But I'm gonna do an interview with my bro, but he definitely was an underdog. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I like to
And
hear that.
niggas was trying to get at him, but you know what I mean, son was a very, very at the time a small dude compared to a lot of niggas in jail, like, you know what I mean? And he still did his thing. So he definitely was an underdog.
Definitely. What how'd you start fucking with the like the content? Do you consider yourself a historian, bro?
I mean, for I've been a rapper for a long time before I started doing this YouTube shit. I had a couple of videos on MTV with Jones, Jada Kiss. You feel me? I got videos with Yayo. Like I put in mad work
I've
with
been
this rap
seeing.
shit. So yeah, I'm a rapper before I'm anything. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but I definitely consider myself a Brooklyn and a Brownsville historian, but I don't want to say historian like I know everything and know all of the
Nah,
histories
that don't
because
mean you
I'm
know that.
still learning the history.
Of course, of course.
I,
That don't
I,
mean
I,
you know
I'm
everything.
I'm sort of I'm sort of something like I guess you could say I'm a journalist. You feel
Copy.
what I'm saying?
I respect
And I'm just trying to bring stories. Yeah, I'm just documenting not just the black experience, but predominantly the black experience. Unfortunately, one out of every three of us black men, we go into the penitentiary. That's the statistic. That's the statistic. So, when we talk this jail shit, we ain't just talking glorifying jail and shit. We talking about the black experience, nigga. As a black person, is a high likelihood that you go to the penitentiary. You understand what I'm saying? So we just talking about the life that we had to live, man. You feel me? My main shit is kids with guns. Brooklyn Legacy is about all legacies in Brooklyn, but Brooklyn Legacy Kids with Guns, that's the name of my movie, Kids with Guns. And then it's going to be a spin-off series that I'm doing right now on YouTube with all of the other dudes that was kids with guns. So we talking about cases niggas caught when they was 14, 15, 16, 17. I mean, straight gunplay and gun shit. Like, you feel me? Like kids with guns. It was no way in the world in Brooklyn we were supposed to be that young with no access to those type of firearms, man.
That's a
You feel me?
fact.
Something was wrong with the politics of the United States for us to be able to get our hands like the movie Strap. That was very deep and it was breaking down. You know what I mean? Niggas was all type of niggas was illegally bringing guns into the streets. And I was the nigga who was 16 years old sitting 8, 9 different firearms in my house. You know what I mean? They was my projects guns, my cousins, and my projects and shit. But what the fuck am I doing 15, 16 years old with access to 9 different firearms? You understand what I'm saying? In Brownsville, like
Yeah.
in a poor ass neighborhood like Brownsville, niggas had all of these guns. Niggas got Tech 9s and Mac 11s and you know what I mean? Brand new trade pounds out the box and Derringers with the 4 holes. The Derringer, the 357 Derringer with the 4 holes, square shit in the front. Niggas got all of these fucking exotic, expensive guns, and we in the hood broken poor. You feel what I'm saying? So it was definitely something wrong with the politics of America. So, kids with guns is the whole movement. Like, I mean, we sharing the experiences of niggas, the kids, what we had to go through as children. Like, we was put into adult situations, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Oh.
dangerous adult situations that a lot of adults never been around that much danger. You feel me? So that's what it's about, bro.
I definitely support that movement right there, bro. Any way I can help pitch in, yo, you got my full support on shit like that, man. I teach firearm instruction and all kind of shit like that, hand-to-hand combat and all type of stuff. And I think it's super important that just the knowledge that people need to have. Like you said, it's scary when you really know it from the other side of the firearm. Like for real, what's supposed to be going on? How much times dudes done been around dudes cleaning guns that was loaded? Yo, son, let me see that. And just all type of unsafe practices that I think
Mad
back to
niggas
now.
died like that.
Of course.
Mad niggas died in the hood like that. Like you want a Brownsville story? Remember you asked me if I had a Brownsville story? Me and my man Pressure, my nigga JS, my nigga Tracy, when we first started getting our hands on a little bit of guns, bro, we was so reckless with them shits. I promise you. I used to be clapping them shits out my window all the time, right? So me and my mans, we used to literally be wrestling with a loaded gun over who had next to shoot it. Niggas like, nah, nigga, I had next. Nigga like, the fuck you talking about? I was next. Niggas like this. Get off of it, son. Get off of it. Laughing and joking, my nigga, with loaded guns. Like, yo, I got it, nigga. I'm next. Bang, bang, bang. Nigga shooting that shit out the window like we crazy. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But literally, we used to be wrestling in the Ville, play fighting with loaded Tech 9s and Mac 11s. Like, yo, son, it was my turn to bust it out the window next. You feel what I'm saying? Real talk. I look back at shit like that now. We could have been killed. We could have been killed something, my nigga.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's that Reaganomics right there, man.
That's a fact.
I guess this one's a little to the left a little bit. Kane or KRS-One, man?
You know, I love both of them, man, but I've always been a monster Big Daddy Kane fan, and I always felt like Kane was the GOAT. I was telling the motherfucker the other day, it was like this: Curtis Blow, Kane, and Jay-Z. That's the three. This is the generations of the same motherfuckers in different bodies. Okay. Curtis Blow was the first Jay-Z, Kane was the second Jay-Z, and Jay-Z was the third Jay-Z. Then you had Melly Mel, Rakim, and Nas. You understand what I'm saying? If you trace them niggas' DNA, them niggas is the same motherfuckers reincarnated, my nigga, into the game. Like the game, the hip hop game, this shit is deeper than what niggas think. I mean, it's certain levels of spiritual warriors that sent with certain type of skills each generation. You feel me? But now with the way the game is going, like the music is just turned into nothing but nonsense and fucking dumb shit. It's like, you know, niggas ain't being born with them level of skills anymore like that. You feel me? Like the niggas is stopping the prophet from being born. Like, you feel me? As this is why niggas get mad from New York when niggas be like, oh, niggas be like, New York niggas want the game to be lyrical. It ain't that we want everything to be lyrical. It's that we started a trend. We started a motherfucking a mission where it's like the mission was to keep getting nicer until niggas get crazy, ridiculous, out of control nice. So it's like after Jay and Nas, niggas tried to stunt the growth of this shit to whereas you got to search through 10 zillion niggas to find who's the next prophets. You understand what I'm saying? Then it's Pox too. It's like Neo's in the Matrix. Like Neo wasn't the first Neo. He was the 200th Neo or whatever. But there's other Pox too. I feel like I'm one of those Pox. You understand what I'm saying? For anybody who knows my music, Starve the Ghetto, shit like that. If you watch a video like I've made, like Starve the Ghetto, you'll understand why I feel like I'm one of the generations of Pox. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, this shit don't stop, my nigga, but niggas be trying to stop it with the nonsense and the garbage and the bullshit. They try to stop the next prophets of hip hop from being born so that the culture can't evolve the entire planet Earth, because this culture was sent here to save the planet Earth, my nigga. That's what niggas don't know. Hip hop was sent here to save the planet Earth from itself. And that's why they want to stop this shit and dumb it down, because if they don't dumb it down, it's going to save the world. You feel me?
That's deep, bro. They've taken it away from where it's so spread out, where it can do exactly what you're saying. So, like you said, it's just so back in the day.
It's useless now.
Yeah, at one point it was a tool that could be used. We could all tap in, get some knowledge of self over here. We could talk some street shit over here. But now I don't even know what be going on. I don't like to compare because dudes start saying, like you said, oh, you want it to be lyrical, but you want it to grow. Motherfucker set the bar right here. If the bar is set here, you're supposed to keep climbing. You're not supposed to come down.
Evolution.
Evolution.
We supposed to climb. We don't supposed to go down. I don't want to hear niggas spitting shit sounding like they uneducated and can't really even speak. I don't want to hear shit like that because we supposed to be evolving this shit. Not saying nigga got to be super duper lyrical, but a nigga got to take the music to a different level, a different height. You feel me? Niggas ain't taking the music to the heights no more. Now niggas is just taking this shit to, yo, boom, we just gonna keep this shit engulfed in lower self culture, like, you know, cars, bitches, money, drugs. We gonna keep this shit here, like, and then you got niggas in this shit that don't even come from where we come from, that's participating and running this shit, pushing that type of agenda on the hood, and them niggas ain't even from the hood like that. But they out here talking about leaning pills and having these hood niggas lean and these young niggas pilled up and leaned up and killing each other and ganged up. When a lot of these motherfuckers ain't even from, they ain't even from the hood, my nigga. They just in the music business. You feel what I'm saying? So this shit is a deadly ass game, my nigga. You feel me? And don't get me wrong, I done spit some super gangster negative shit because I was living in the hood where I just wasn't giving a fuck at times. So, you know, I was spitting, I didn't give a fuck. I was broke, poor, ready to fucking rob and steal anyway. So when I got on that mic, you understand what I'm saying? I was super disrespectful and loose because I never thought I was going to make it. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I felt sometimes. Like I would never make it anyway. Fuck it. You feel me? I'm going to say anything. But it's like, yo, now that I'm a grown ass man, I realize like this shit ain't no joke. My nigga can't be playing with this shit because niggas fucking really live their life by them lyrics and all of that. Like people really think that this shit is all real. Like, you feel me? And bottom line is, bro, young niggas in the streets, 15, 16 years old, murdering each other, my nigga. High as a motherfucker off of 5 different prescription pills that, you know, where them fucking medicines that come from the fucking pharmaceutical industry, how them shits get in the hood so heavy like that, my nigga?
Word.
You heard?
Just like them guns, just like the guns back in the days, how they get there, how the Newports got in Rikers Island, how they get there.
Remember, we ain't got no pill factories, nigga. Like these niggas out here selling shit to us. Like, you feel me? Like we thinking we hustling, we getting hustled, my nigga.
Nah, that's a fact.
You feel me? Niggas doping our soldiers up, my nigga. Nigga, you can't be a soldier doped up all the time. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't be a revolutionary if you doped up all the time. So, you know what I mean? Niggas did that shit to the Black Panther Party, my nigga. Niggas put this is actual fact. Like, we know this shit is in black and white. Like, this ain't no conspiracy theory. This is black and white. This shit is an actual fact. Niggas put heroin into the community when the Black Panther Party was basically influencing the whole black community. They threw fucking heroin into the Black Panther Party, turned them niggas into dope fiends, my nigga. They put wholesale priced heroin all through the fucking hood. Everybody got doped the fuck out. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just human nature, nigga. You put some good get high. Yeah, you put some good get high around some poor people, my nigga. They gonna fuck with it.
Yeah, self-destruction.
What I'm saying? So
self-destruction.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, what's next for you, bro?
My nigga, I'm about to do some movies. I'm about to bring my web series back. Like, you know, I'm excited about bringing my web series back. That's the main thing. I used to do a web series called NYPD Daily Blotter, and I did it on a very amateur level. But even as an amateur level, I got the attention of major dudes from BET and shit. Shout out to my bro Samson Styles from from East New York and the Ville. You feel me? Like, son reached out to me when he was fucking with BET. Now, I mean, off of my amateur work that I was doing on the NYPD Daily Blotter shit. And we worked on a show together that was fire, but it didn't get picked up by the network. But it was a fire show. It was before its time. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, I've been on some film producing shit. I'm gonna get back on it with my web series, bro. But I really want to do it with a budget this time. You understand what I'm saying? Because I want to just destroy the whole game. Like, I want to make the craziest web series ever. Like, You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be nothing like other niggas' web series. Trust me. You understand what I'm saying? But,
Definitely
yeah,
looking forward to it. It's gonna be on your channel. What you got? Where you at?
definitely, it'll be on my YouTube channel, man. I mean, I can't wait. I was talking these things with my bro Murder that passed away. We was about to do some work, but I mean, it's the mission gonna continue, my nigga. Like, I'm gonna put some shit down. I mean, you know, in January it's gonna be 1 year since, you know, I started telling the jail stories and shit. So it ain't even been a full year. I've been on this YouTube grind. But once the new year coming, I'm coming through with some new shit. You feel me?
Yo, bro, I support all that, bro. I appreciate you for stopping through, man. Please hit me, man. I don't know if you need anything, man. I got you, bro. I'm saying that here on the recording, everything. I got you, bro. It's whatever, man. Whatever you need, whatever I got the capacity to do, it'll be my pleasure, my honor, man.
I appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for having me, and I appreciate you for letting me come on your channel. You heard, boss. But like, yeah, my bro, anytime you want to holler at me, holler at me. You feel me? And when you put this out, hit me up so I could share this shit and have niggas come check it.
All right, bro. Yeah, definitely. We want to talk about that. You got to show me how to do that. But yeah, bro, I appreciate you, man.
All right, my bro. Holler at me.
Yo, be safe out there.
You too, my brother.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how to turn